this.
Oh, Tom's gonna jump off the rafters and completely miss.
That was insane, though.
Give away his position.
Welcome to Garbage Game Night, the podcast where we drop into the ugliest, the most critically savage games of all time. They're the underdogs, the one nobody believed in. We're in your podcast stream every other week, throwing down against the worst reviewed games on the market. Tonight, our fearless hosts are going head-to-head with the most reveled games out there, and they're not backing down. These games have been kicked to the curb by every critic, every player, every publisher, every developer, but GGN is here to prove they're not as bad as they seem. Unless they are. So grab your popcorn and buckle up because it's time for pure garbage. GGN, where bad games get what's coming to them.
Nice, thank you, Frank.
Wow, that was great.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to continue to freak Tom out with this. I had a conversation with Chatbot GPT, and it put that together. I'm not a
What?
sky is falling kind of person.
Tom is always so surprised at how good
Yeah.
he is.
Despite what like national papers are like putting these like things like we talked to a chat AI and it said it wanted to live and to escape and stuff. Okay, that's a lot lot of bullshit, and
Yeah, who cares
there's a
about
lot
that?
of misunderstanding about
You
like
need legs,
see,
Chat
that-
GPT. You just can't walk around without legs, dumbass. How you gonna use doors, you dipshit?
There is a lot of, I think, purposeful misunderstanding about what language models are. It's a series of algorithms. It's not AI. They call it AI, but it's not like intelligence. It's a series of algorithms.
I understand
and it has limitations.
that much.
But it's still freaky to see it like put together a promo. Like I told it to put together a promo for a podcast, a bi-weekly podcast about bad games in the style of a wrestling promo. And, you know, Frank brought it to life, obviously.
It did a pretty
But
good job.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think that's what's scary is just that it's well written.
Yeah.
Like right now, currently, like there must be students using this, right?
Oh, 100%.
I've talked to a couple college kids, and a couple of them said their school had implemented a bot of their own to scan it. You know.
Yeah.
Now I don't know.
Yeah, but what about like middle
those
school,
aren't free,
high
so
school?
the school's paying. Yeah, so it depends on how much money your school has, basically. And I bet you they probably care more about it in college.
I'm telling you,
resources.
I guarantee you there are
But
a plethora of below college level schools that
yeah,
are just
and the
not-
thing about that too is a lot of times it can detect it if you use it straight from it, you know, like if you just copy pasted it. But if you modify it enough or run it through like a rewording bot, because there's bots that can rewrite stuff, you know. If you run through one of those, then it has like I think a 60% chance of determining whether it was AI or not. You could modify it, but if you want to just use it for the bones of it, no one will know. Nobody's going to know. You know what I mean? You could say, hey, write an outline for this essay, and then boom, it gives you the outline. You just fluff that baby up a little bit, give it 1,000 words or whatever many words you got to do. Shit, boy. You ain't got to think half of it.
I could see how you could detect it if there was, like you said, it was like 1,000 words. But like
No. I'm saying there's bots that detect. It's just the
No, I know, but
cadence
if it's-
and the way it's written.
But if
It
it's
can
short
figure it
enough,
out.
I'm saying if it's short enough, like surely someone could have just wrote it themselves, right? Like
Yeah, true. I mean, that'll be interesting. The false allegations. It's like, how can you prove that they did right? You know what I mean?
that's what I'm. Exactly what I'm saying. Is that like
Yeah,
if it was just a paragraph and this thing is saying like, oh no, it was written through Chat GPT. It's like, but what if it wasn't? Like, what if it was? It's like 5 sentences that are coming through like this. Like you could use it to fluff a paragraph in something that you
100%. So on that point about schools involved ChatGPT, I don't know if you caught this article, but Vanderbilt University Peabody College, which is in Tennessee, I believe, sent out an email to students after the school shooting in Michigan, and they accidentally included at the end of their email that this message was written by ChatGPT. Yeah. So
Hell yeah. They said, you know what? This is ChatGPT. Write me a paragraph about how to console students about a school shooting.
that's 100% what it was. Yeah, and the email
Can you try again, but make it feel more somber?
Yeah, the email was fine. It was a 297 word email, and it wouldn't have got caught. There's no way it would have got caught unless it was they accidentally included that thing. It was like a message at the end.
Here's what happens when you hit select all on ChatGPT. It gives you a little extra on the front, a little extra on the back, and you gotta make sure you chopped it off.
Yeah.
All right.
and they
You
didn't.
just got to double check it.
All right. Before we get sucked back into another GPT, chat GPT thing. Well, I say that, but then the next thing I did while you guys were talking, go ahead and create some wrestler names for you guys. So first, Tomahawk Tom, how are you doing over there?
You did it using chat GPT also?
Yeah, I just said go ahead and write some wrestler names for Tom, Frank, Bob, and Alfredo.
Hell yeah.
Tomahawk Tom.
Yeah. I didn't give it any sort of framing, so it's just said Tomahawk. He's a fierce Native American wrestler.
I feel like I would show up in the ring
being Native American.
I would show up in the ring and people would instantly cancel me.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, that's not you.
Yeah,
Not in Tennessee, baby.
Give me another one that's not going to get me canceled.
Okay, wrestler name for Tom, who is technologically illiterate
And probably
and
German.
likes the company of frogs. Okay. Froggy Tom, a wrestler who's accompanied by a group of trained frogs and has a frog-like fighting style. Or the Amphibian Assassin, a wrestler who uses his amphibian companions to distract and weaken his opponents before finishing them off with his signature move. Or the Tom Tech Reject, a wrestler who eschews technology in favor of traditional wrestling moves and brute strength, often invoking the power of frogs in his promos and an in-ring persona. Or, oh my, this is so good. The Leapin' Luddite, a wrestler who rejects modern technology in favor of more primitive methods. Oh my God, the Leapin' Luddite. Tom.
Isn't it Luddite?
Luddite, is it? Luddite?
I think it's Luddite, but I could be wrong.
You can say
I'm
both.
retarded.
Luddite?
Let's go with the Leapin' Luddite. That's pretty fantastic.
How you doing, Leapin' Luddite?
I forgot that was ultimately going to just ask me
your
how
name?
I was doing.
Yeah.
I'm actually changing my character to be like, what would the Leapin' Luddite
Look like?
like? What can I gotta figure out a way, because I just like
Yeah.
I just weird like little alien dude, and it's like, no, that can't be it anymore. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. As was discussed, we got some frogs. We got some white tree frogs. Frogs are happy, and we're playing the absolute hell out of Hogwarts Legacy. Graces mostly, but I've snuck in.
It's actually got kind of divisive reviews, not aside from all the the cultural reason stuff, but some people have said like, no, it's a fantastic, it's amazing, and then some really like some pretty well known critics, Jason Schreier, said like, no, it's just kind of dull. And I don't know.
Really?
It's interesting that people have.
I think the way I would describe it is like it has. One, if you like Harry Potter, I feel like it's so cool to be able to explore, just explore, period. Like if you liked the books, then you're going to enjoy it just because it's like coming to life. And there's also things about it that like it's objectively beautiful, and like stuff like flying around on a broom and stuff like that, or just like it's cool. It's super cool.
Yeah, maybe the kind of dismissal is coming from people who just never liked Harry Potter. It's like, I don't fucking care about flying around on a broom. Why are you people so off the hinge for it?
Yeah, if you weren't, I would bet if you were. I mean, I would actually argue that it's still fun gameplay, but like a huge part of it is like, did you read and enjoy the books or watch the movies and enjoy the movies? And I'm sure it would add to it, silly for me to argue that it wouldn't, but I don't know. I think it's got some sick parts. It's cool.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead to Frank. Frank, I asked ChatGPT to give you a wrestler name based on being a jack of all trades and an AV teamster. Let's see. We got the audio visual Avenger, obviously Frank the Tank.
Ooh.
There's the Swiss Army Knife and the AV Assassin. What do you prefer?
I mean, those are all good.
Those are pretty good.
I feel like the AV Assassin is too close to the Amphibian Assassin.
Sure.
Which I think is still the best one it's come up with.
So, you like the Amphibian Assassin the best?
Yeah, I mean, no, the Luddite one's great too. I mean, don't get me wrong. The thing, it's always batting 100.
Yeah. Fredo, we got you, Fredo. How you doing, Fredo?
So, and you were talking about that Harry Potter game. I mean,
hit us with it.
The thing is, like, I found like a lot of glitches. There's a lot of things that are not polished. And the other thing, I have to give a background, and I haven't finished the saga or whatever.
Oh, wow.
I haven't finished it yet. So after the game, I think I will watch it. But I think it's like a really easy Dark Souls game. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, it's really easy. I would say compared to one of those difficult games from PC Software. I hate them.
I've never heard someone say an easy Dark Souls game as a way to explain a game before. I feel like that's every game, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yes. You know, everybody compared to it's a platformer. It's like the Dark Souls of the platformers. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Dark Souls, but it's easy Dark Souls.
Well, I'll give you a choice here. I will say the last one is my favorite. I asked ChatGPT to create a wrestler name for Alfredo, who is a Colombian man who loves Harry Potter. And it suggested the Colombian wizard, kind of obvious, you know, it's there. Yeah. Alfredo the Enchanted. Next is the Andean Avenger, as in the Andean Mountains. The last is the boy who body slams.
Okay.
I think that's fantastic.
That's a one.
Yeah, the boy who body slams. All right, well, great, Fredo. Glad to have you here.
I love it.
Frank, the Swiss Army knife. How you doing, Frank?
Doing good. Baby number 2 is almost here, so
almost here.
A lot of stress, a lot of stuff going on.
You nesting, getting everything ready.
Yeah, Diana's in full. I mean, she's been in full nesting mode for the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
So it's just you know.
Well, let's see. Let's introduce our final person here. The person who brings it all together. Bob, how the hell are you? I've got some names for you.
I'm doing fantastic. All right. I don't know if I bring it all together, but I show up.
Yeah, no, you do. So I just threw a couple top my head things that I had on you. You're a jolly guy, Bob. I love you. You bring happiness to me. And also, you invited me to trivia, and I didn't show up, so I put in that you're a jolly man who enjoys trivia. So we've got the Trivia Titan.
Fair. No one showed up.
Did anyone show up, Bob? Did anyone you invited show up?
Yeah, and honestly, I forgot about it.
Oh, yeah.
That's why Frank reminded me, so I hit the group chat. I'm like, hey, does anyone still want to do that? And no one replied. I'm like, oh, I thought I'm the one who forgot. I'm like, oh, no one else made plans of it either.
You sent the message.
Now I'm not alone.
I realized afterwards, like, wait, he said Thursday? Thursday's never good for me. I don't know. I feel like I led you on. I'm sorry. Sorry, Bob.
I remember when it came through, I was like, oh, I got to respond to this. And then... just now when you're talking about it,
we are all on the spot now.
That's all good. It's all good. You're all dead to me, but I love you all.
But we've got Bob the Trivia Titan, Bob the Brain. We got the Merry Mauler, a wrestler who brings a lighthearted and jovial spirit to the ring, but is no less formidable when it comes to taking down his opponents. Or the Quizmaster Crusher.
I like the Merry Mauler.
The Merry Mauler, that's good. Yeah. All right, we've got our wrestler names here. So let's move on then. We want to play this game. So last game we did on Garbage Game Night was Shaq Fu. It was a good one, classically bad game. Frank and Tom were here for that. Any further thoughts on Shaq Fu? Any questions you guys got, Fredo or Bob? Sad you missed the Shaq Fu experience?
No, I was here. It was beautiful. Beautiful game.
You were here. You were watching it. Yeah, you were asking about the
fatalities.
Fatalities, the Shaq-talities.
Yeah. Beautiful game. 10 out of 10.
There weren't any. Yeah.
I did miss that one, but I'm a big fan of everything Shaq does. Mm-hmm. I'm a huge fan of Shaq. He can do no wrong. All right?
Even if you interpret it.
I've seen Shaq before. Hey, he's the new Papa, all right? Papa Shaq.
That's not a good route. That's not a good route.
In my heart, but now we got Papa Diesel in the house, all right?
Yep. Even in 16-bit, he was remarkable. I think what didn't come across in the gameplay was just how sluggish the controls were. It was a game that felt bad. It looked fine. It looked just like a normal fighting game on the SNES, but man, it was sluggish and unwieldy. But yeah, that was a good one though. Let's see, GGN News, where's my button? There it is. Yeah, we'll be rolling out some more content on social media. Thanks, Frank, for cutting some stuff together. I like kind of the workflow I've got, and I'm going to be pumping out some more of that stuff for the next couple of months. Yeah, March 2023, that's the month. That's the month when everything gets organized for sure. That's the month. But anyway, so let's get into this game. The first news we have of this game is December 9th, 2021, end of 2021. So let's put this in perspective a little bit. December 2021, Halo Infinite had just come out. It Takes Two had launched. Resident Evil Village, Deathloop. You're saying oof because It Takes Two was a gut punch emotionality?
Just so good. It was so good.
Oh, it was good. Okay.
Yeah. So good.
Resident Evil Village, Deathloop, Battlefield 2042, which we lovingly reviewed, was a month out now at that point, and New World, the massive multiplayer online role-playing game, was also a couple months out, and most importantly, that was only 14 months ago, December 2021. This is when they announced a new game. Developer Iron Galaxy and Epic Games announced Rumbleverse. Rumbleverse was pitched to be a free-to-play brawler royale with 40 players dropping into a map. Now, this may sound very overdone. Heck, we at GGN have even played a doomed battle royale named Spellbreak. But where PUBG and Warzone use guns and Spellbreak use spells, Rumbleverse went a separate direction. They went the best approach, using giant muscles and body slams. They revealed at the 2021 Game Awards a trailer showing off their game. CEO of Iron Galaxy said their goal was to build a big, hilarious playground where spectacular things are always happening. Rumbleverse combines our love for melee combat with a teamwork and player expression that have made games such a crucial source of human interaction. Seems like a statement very fueled by like being stuck at home playing video games for a year. And they announced a limited playtest coming soon. Sorry, my notes are really rushed tonight. I'm going to do the best that I can, but Frank asked me like yesterday. He's like, or this morning even, he's like, do you have notes ready for the game? And I'm like, I guess we can do it if we need to. And
well, because I was surviving to do it or not. I was like, am I doing it? Are you doing it?
No, I got this, Frank. We got this. So on an article from IGN by Mitchell Saltzman previewing this game, he said, if you think Fortnite would be better if you replaced all the shotguns, sniper rifles, and rocket launchers with Irish whips, body slams, and elbow drops, I'd say you have a very peculiar and oddly specific taste, but also that you should keep your eye open for the upcoming free-to-play pro wrestling-inspired battle royale Rumbleverse. And that really does hit it on the head. If you look at this game, you think, hey, that's Fortnite, right? Or even like the title screen of Rumbleverse, you're like, is that like a season thing or like an event that's happening in Fortnite? It looks like it is. It's not. It's its own separate game. So that article has some further information about their inspiration. They wanted it to be a wrestling-themed game from the start. They put together this world of, the world is actually named Planet Suplex. And the battles happen in Grappital City, where everyone is born a champion. But it follows a lot of tropes of a BR. You'll run around, grab power-ups, learn moves that fill in different skill slots and power them up, collect potions, that kind of thing. And there are no ranged weapons. You'll find plenty of wrestling-themed melee weapons like steel chairs. They developed it free to play with a battle pass system. The art style is also very well used. Some would say a little repetitive of the Unreal Engine, that cartoony Fortnite look. And with Epic's help, they launched on every single system they could. So, right before we get into this, you guys, I know some of you have actually played this before. You guys know this game existed or played it before?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if anyone else was. I didn't want to like steamroll.
I actually, when I was reinstalling this thing, it says that I played 5 minutes and never played again. So I think I played it once and that's it.
Apparently, and you don't remember it. All right.
Nope.
Yeah, I downloaded it on Xbox and played, and I think it was like a fun idea. Like the concept of it was fun, and like I gave it like a good old college try for sure. Like I did not give up instantly, but what I found was, and this is just happening, maybe I'm just turning into an old fart, but instantaneously there was like a skill gap. Like I got my teeth kicked in to a degree where like, and it felt very much like I've talked to you guys before about like I go to hop on like like a shooter or PUBG or anything like that, and I get like 10 minutes in and I haven't interacted with anyone and I'm like headshot and I'm like, well, that sucks. And
Sure.
it felt similar to that, where I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. Like I'm excited, and I'll like, you go around and you kind of collect different super moves and health. And actually it's a very unique system. You can see on the bottom, your power, health, and endurance are all from like these like power-ups that you like, they're one-shot power-ups, but like you could in theory only do the green ones that orient to health, and you'd be like as healthy as possible. Or you could be like a glass cannon and do like all power and no health. And like I thought that was a really kind of fun idea to kind of like mix it up, and you can kind of, each game might feel a little bit different, just kind of where you are at power and what your super moves are. But like in practice, like I said, I just got my teeth kicked in every time. Like it was like, imagine being like a geriatric old man and like going into like a gladiator pit where like the whole suiting up process, you're like, this is amazing. And you're like, this is my helmet. And you're like, put it on. And you're like, well, I get any weapon I want. And you're like, any weapon you want, grandpa. And like, you're just super into it. And then like you go out and someone's like, woo, woo, bah, and you're dead. And you're like,
you don't understand the moves they're doing, but they body slammed you for 800 damage.
Yeah. And there's this inherent issue for like when you fall down, people were able to like time that
Wait
to
for you
such
to
a
get back
degree.
up. Yeah.
Yes. You'd fall and then it'd be like they would just beat you to death and nothing you can do about it. And maybe like I said, maybe there's a skill gap, but like that geriatric
skill
old
issue,
man
yeah.
is never going to get good if the first thing he experiences is just getting like hit in the head with a mace every time, you know?
No,
Like,
that attitude.
Yeah, there is no such tutorial. It is very much like this is only an online game that you only ever play in a match full of other actual players, and yeah, get good. I do remember that they did a couple play tests of it, and I'll go over their timeline, but they announced it and they very quickly went into play tests and actually ended up delaying it 6 months. So there were a couple play test periods that its launch was kind of weird. It didn't make... I saw the game play test and made a good impression. Like, it's like, this is something I'd like to try out. And then when it launched, I was like, didn't it already launch? I thought it came out a while ago. It just seemed kind of botched that they didn't have a huge marketing push for it. They didn't do the typical things where they, you know, did ads with streamers to get it some mobility and some eyes on it. So yeah, that seemed a little off to me. And then I heard the news that we're going to get into that the Rumbleverse universe will come to a close. So that's where we stand with this game. So I guess let's just jump into it.
Wow.
So yeah, the premise of this is that you start on a battle barge, very unique idea, and you're going to launch from a cannon into the city, the Grappital City. Tom is flying into Grappital City. We'll sort out the friend codes and stuff afterwards. So yeah, he's launching into a ring, which the ring is randomly positioned around the city, kind of as you'd expect on a, you know, battle royale. Tom is in the match. He's picked up a skill book. He's thrown it instead of reading it.
yeah, that was my bad.
And he found his first stat pod. And the stat pods, like Tom mentioned earlier, that you have 10 slots on the bottom that you can fill up with any of the 3 stats you want. You could get... You get 10 of all stamina slots or strength slots, or mix and build your character as you want. Certainly you want something rather than nothing in those slots, though. And he's duking it out with this large lady. And, he's got some blocks up. He's trading hands. Oh, he's done a nice suplex. But he got backhanded off the top of that building. Now, the issue with height in this game is that you do a lot of damage when you drop on someone to do damage. But they're kind of just trading blows, 100 hit points, 100 hit points. Both using their shields. The shields are very Smash Brothers. It's just a bubble around you.
Yep.
Tom is committed to like just duking it out with this person. And, oh, yeah, he did it. Eliminated. Tom has beaten 180 Moody Wolf.
You know,
GTFO.
I didn't want to fight you.
And there is a lot of scaling in this game.
Normally violent.
There's a lot of scaling in this game. You can very easily climb buildings, although it does use your stamina. You can sprint as well, which uses your stamina. He's got those frog hands. That looks natural for him to be climbing like that. Someone else is coming after Tom. He's going to need to find some food, get that health back.
Yeah.
You're also seeing there's some stars around the match. That's another mechanic. The stars...
Stop.
Someone came up and slapped him while he was trying to drink. That's the worst. Also see some stars around the match. The stars you collect that go towards your star power, and you have a superstar mode that you can activate, which just does kind of the typical, like, it's a big buff kind of stuff. You'll regen some health, you'll do more damage, use less stamina, and you do a super move while you're in superstar mode.
Oh, I got KO'd.
Oh, Frank is out. Okay, wow, I'm really shocked. I thought you guys for sure would get all in the same match.
No. Leave me alone!
Tom is trying to run, but he got suplexed and fell off a building.
Match. And I haven't killed anybody. Have anybody killed anybody in this game? Or no?
Tom took someone out. Yeah, Tom took someone out already. He is looking at about a 10th of his health right now, though. Also, if you use Superstar, if you have a full Superstar mode and get knocked out, you just kind of revive. Like, it uses all your Superstar power, and you get a second chance with a little bit of life. So yeah, as Tom is running around the battlefield, his goal is to find, it's a battle royale, get stronger. He's going to be opening boxes, looking for better moves. You have 2 slots, kind of a left and a right special move. There are 3 level of rarities. For example, the most common of a bull rush, where you go charging at someone. The next level up is a titan rush. The next one's a behemoth rush. All in all, there are about 50 different special moves you can pick up, find in the books, and read and learn. And then you're going to put in those 2 slots. Tom's found a big chicken that he's going to drink. or drink. Don't drink the chicken. Eat the chicken.
Well, I'm good on health, so
So he's
I can
going to keep the
store
chicken
it.
in his pocket. Yeah, you have item slots as well. He's found some more crates. You can just punch the crates to open them. You don't
Look
need
at
to.
this.
Oh, he's going to store all this chicken. Very
So
nice.
much chicken.
So stat pods look like health potions. They are red, green, and yellow. They have that, like we were saying, that meter on the bottom right. You have 10 spots. You can fill them up with different stats. You can distribute them any way you like. Red is for arms, which is attack strength. Green is for core, for health. Yellow is for legs, for stamina. If you want to find and drink 10 yellow drinks, you'll get a 100% boost to your stamina. Each one gives you 10%. There's actually a little bit more than that because I think when you get your 5th and 10th, it actually does a bigger increase than 10%. So yeah, you can be, like Tom was saying, a glass cannon, or be really sprinty or really tanky. So you kind of build your character the way you want, but you got to find those pods to upgrade your character. And one more kind of hidden mechanic, there's a thing called perks. They're passive bonuses that you'll unlock as you go on by just doing damage. It'll tell you you have them and they just sort of sit hidden on your side. But they'll do things such as, like if you get the insatiable perk after doing 700 damage, your food you eat will get give you 50% more health, that kind of thing. And there's lots of melee weapons I mentioned. They're around there, different chairs, bats, golf clubs, chocolattas, brooms.
Ready for this?
Oh, Tom's gonna jump off the rafters and completely miss.
That was insane, though.
Give away his position.
By the way, I'm out.
Fredo
He
is
murdered
out.
me.
What happened? What happened, Fredo?
I was just walking by, minding my own business,
Oh no.
and they just robbed me and they killed
Oh no.
me. It was humiliating. I
These
didn't
guys
like
are
it.
hurting each other, and I'm not about it.
There are two wrestlers just throwing each other around on the train tracks. Oh, someone's coming after you, Tom. Right behind
What?
you. He's got the chocolata.
Chocolate! No! Get away! I was...
Tom is just running. That is his goal. Oh my god, you got that stamina though? You are flying. You could eat that turkey. You got... Tom's got 2 full turkeys and 2 turkey legs. Oh, and now he's picking a fight against a dog. A man dressed as a dog.
A frog's natural enemy.
Of course.
Okay, we're gonna be... Oh!
The chicken is on you. The chicken
Yeah.
climbed up Tom's tower, but he kicked him off. Is he going to eat
Did he
that
fall
food?
all the way down?
Looks like he
Oh,
fell all
man.
the way down.
I'd love to jump. Oh,
Oh, the
jeez.
chicken is back. And he does look like the chicken from Family Guy. The chicken
Okay.
man's still kind of bouncing around the tower.
wanna
Oh, he's
jump
way
off.
down there. He's way down there. Oh, do it, Tom. Oh, 504 damage. Yep.
Oh, he's
yep.
dead.
The leap and Luddite has finished Sir Squid's.
Doing
course,
that
when
jump
you-
from the top.
When you kill your enemies, you can take some of their loot. Yeah, the verticality in this game is a huge thing. You just do a ridiculous amount of damage dropping from a 6-story building on top of someone. Get that legs powder. All right.
Oh, now I'm maxed out.
Oh, he has
So
filled
I'm
all
not that
10 of his
strong.
slots. He's not. He has 1 strength slot, 5
Oh, no.
legs, and or 5 core and 4 legs. Yeah, and the ring is shrinking, a la typical BR. How did it go for you, Bob? Did you get in a game?
I'm still going.
Oh, Bob is still going. Love to hear it.
Nice.
What are the colors? You know, from green to purple to...
Yes, they are different rarities, Tom.
Yeah, I bet like...
I don't know the order now. I think
okay.
blue is
I was like,
common.
wow, that
No,
was
green is
unhelpful.
most common. Blue is rare, and purple should be the highest.
All right, we're down to the last 5
Oh,
people
in
right
that
now.
case, maybe I
Nice.
should get rid of my green. And okay, so this is liberate. What do you think I should? There's 6 of us.
Tom is doing the equivalent of hiding in a bush right now.
It's not good entertainment. I'll get
He
into a
has
fight.
he has fought twice. He has 2 KOs, so it's not nothing. And he
Oh,
picked
no.
up liberate. He said, which I don't understand what that is. Liberate is what does it do?
It's like I throw my butt at them.
Liberate is it jostles inventory. Oh my! Did you knock out 2 people? Oh, you knocked out 3 people? No,
Did I really?
no. It was 2. It was 2 at once though.
Nice.
Ow, that was my head.
Oh, yeah, they're
no.
teaming up on you. Okay, get out of there, Tom.
I
Tom
just had
did
a
a
comeback
elbow.
activated,
Nice.
and I came back from
The dead? I didn't know that was a thing.
All right, it's me and one other guy left.
Oh, he's activated
do
his
it, Bob.
superpower. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
You might want to... Okay, you're fine on health. Tom's got 1,600 health. Oh, nice. He's done the... Oh my goodness, 749 damage. Hasn't taken him out yet, though. These people have a lot of health.
Whoa.
Nice.
Tom's actually pretty fucking good at this.
Yeah, Tom's crushing it. He was saying how he felt like an old man in this game, but... Maybe all the youths have left, and it's just the old man left. Okay. I think it might be 1v1 for Tom here. Uh-oh. Tom's got a combo knocked on him. Got knocked into a light pole. He's on the ground. He's getting back up. Oh, his enemy picked up a bat.
I just won.
Got hit for 204. Bob has won his
There you
match.
go, Bob.
Champ over your baby girl.
Unbelievable.
Nice.
Ow.
The Merry Mauler comes away with a win, and Tom is dashing around. I see a starfish on the ground as well as a bat. Will Tom pick up any of them? I don't know. Oh, hits a little 82-point hit there. He's eating a turkey. Gonna get back into the fight. Okay. So you got superstar mode, Tom. No, he's gonna eat a chicken instead. He's gonna eat a chicken and not gonna activate that superstar mode that gives him health back. Here we go. Superstar mode activated. Pick up the bat, Tom. You got this. Oh god, he got hit anyway. Alright, they're duking it out. I feel like Tom's not using his special moves. He's just... Oh, and Tom comes away with a win.
Nice.
So Tom and Bob get the win. Very nice. While we're on the home screen here for a second, the UI. Thoughts, guys?
For us Luddites, that's user interface.
User interface is UI, yeah. Yeah, just like the main menu screen for the game, where you join the game. It reminds 100% reminds me of like Fall Guys or Fortnite. 100% looks like Fortnite.
Every battle royale is the same menu. So
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's got daily challenges. Looks like there's enough to keep you interested, and
There's something...
also it reminds me a ton of, if you guys played that dodgeball game, Roller City or something like that.
Yeah, something city.
Yeah.
I think me and Tom are the same one.
I haven't gotten into a game. So
Oh no, Fredo.
we're not together.
There is it's sad because there are some like things that like are satisfying. Like when you do when we did the big jump off the building to land on people like that
feels good.
Oh, it feels good, yeah.
So you have launched into a very different area of the map now. This is the lava dome that Tom has found himself in. These areas do, very battle royale fashion, have different level loot areas. I think the lava dome is one of the higher ones. Scoreboard, Bob's got some points. This is a 40-person battle royale, and you made it to the top, Bob. So 40 points for you, 40 points for Tom. Frank, how far did you get? Do you think you were like 35 or so?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'll give you 5 points. And Fredo, you participated. And you haven't had any friends, so I'll give you 10 points. Frank didn't have any friends either, but... All right, and this game also does have achievements, so we can do Achievement Hunter, where is the game we play where you guess the achievement's name.
Ooh, that's nice.
And so, as usual, if there's
I'm not good at it, but it's fun.
Yeah, if there's no such achievement, but I like the idea that you have, you can still get points for that. But yeah, I've got the achievement list here.
Well, there's a lot of fighting.
And as usual, Tom is avoiding it. Love to see it.
I
will remind
killed a lot
Tom
of
that I will remind Tom. Now he's diving into the midst of it and just completely missed his attack. Got knocked out of the ring. I would keep running if I were you, Tom. Tom's actually outside of the we're calling it the ring, but that's a little on the nose for a wrestling game. It's a...
Oh, shit.
Oh, Tom may be in trouble here. He's got to get back inside. Oh, Tom will be okay. He had 3 seconds to get back inside the shrinking ring, but he made it. He made it. Got a dive kick. That looks good. Love dive kick.
Yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna get rid of this uppercut. Let's try. Let's see what it looks like.
Oh, it's the expected dive kick move in a fighting game. Just jump up in the air and dive at an angle. Yes.
I really like the animation of just chomping on the chicken.
All right, guys, don't go in the water. I just javelin the guy.
Oh yeah, you.
Instant die in the water? Oh,
yeah, they
no.
can't swim. They can't swim in
GTA 3
Rumbleverse.
mechanics. That is too bad.
Oh,
They're too heavy. They're too dense with muscle.
I was number 12, but
Number 12
I speared him in the
for
water, so that'll be
Bob.
fun, and it took me out. So that's on me.
So I'll give you 28 points there, Bob.
I gotta say, normally I hate battle royale games,
Yeah.
and I'm doing pretty well in this one. So.
Yeah. And again, not to brag, I just saw Tom and Bob win their first games of playing. Tom has played before, but yeah, my first game, I won pretty handily, and I had no idea what I was doing. I don't know if there's bots in the lobby or what, but it's it was fun. I enjoyed it, just sticking to some basic mechanics.
Where's like a frog? Okay. No.
Oh god, you got wet. Okay. No, that's really shallow water. That's shallow water.
Okay, well, I'm still gonna be afraid of it. Oh, look at that guy.
He's carrying a broom. That must be the trash man. You gonna go fight the trash man?
Where is he?
You got superstar mode ready, Tom. Gold crate. There's a blue.
The Great Azuna drop.
Yeah. Oh, he's coming for you, Tom.
Ah!
He's defending his area with his broom. I think Tom has decided that they are fighting. Oh, Tom is in a little tough tussle. That's the word I was going for. Tussle. He's activated supercharge mode. He's getting in that third party. Oh, but they're both coming after him now. He's been body slammed. The trash man's running away. Oh, he's doing a nice unblockable throw with a supercharge move. 835 damage. Has not killed him though. He also picked up a perk by doing so much damage. He got the runner perk, which I don't know what that does. Probably makes him run further. Oh, there's this fancy chunkaletta on the ground there. But you can see it's closing in the ring. Yep. A firm Chincoletta, I'm sorry. We got 3 out of 40 left. I hear running behind you.
Show yourself. You were right.
He's got a chair. He's got the red chair. I don't know which one that is.
What's better, my Chocoletta or his chair?
I have no idea.
Oh, I can throw mine. Just like Chocolattas were made to be thrown.
Yep.
Okay.
Chancleta?
Chancleta? Okay.
Chocoletta.
Oh, he's a third party that, Tom. There's 3 left, Tom.
Okay, I'm going
Get in there. Oh, complete miss. Love to see it. Tom has gotten in there and is hitting them for the... It feels like you're hitting with a parasol right now. Instead of using his super moves that do hundreds of damage, you went in and hit him with a sandal that did 15 and 18 damage. Oh, 350 damage body slam. We have 3 left still. Oh, they're both coming after you, though, Tom. Are they teaming up on you? Oh, boy. Survive, damn it. Oh, activating superpower mode. Okay, his teammates are activating. You may want to wait this one out.
Gosh.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, his teammates, or his enemy's superpower mode is running out. Oh, huge superpower. He got a KO with 835. It's Tom versus one other. A big broad shoulder man. Pick up those stars, Tom. Get some more superpower.
Where is this guy? Where is this?
He went to higher ground, Tom. He went to higher ground. He knows what he's doing. Oh. That broad-shouldered mobster. Tom is chowing down, but he's being chased. Oh. Tom narrowly dodges the folding chair. He dodges again. The leaping Luddite. Got legs for days.
That's right, legs for days.
Tom is evading everything. Until he got slammed out of the ring. Oh, no, he's got a body slam on him. 320 damage. Oh, Tom does the dive. Another 210 damage. Tom is looking pretty good with lots of health. Hold on, I got some effects here. Here's my announcer voice. We got another body slam KO! Tom comes away the winner. Congratulations, Tom, for his second win. So Fredo is what you got going on there? Look like you got a teddy bear body with some armor, like a shoulder pad, and a Fu Manchu.
Open-minded. It's really open-minded. I'm thinking about all the targets, hitting all the targets.
Trying to hit all the demo groups. I got you.
Exactly.
And Frank,
everybody's got something to like there.
I like what I see. Frank has a I don't know, Frank. You got a little ice cube man.
I like the slippers.
It's like you got bunny slippers. You know those little like the fancy ice cubes that are shaped in spheres. You're like that. With a biker vest. Tom has a giant eyeball and then kind of a frog body. It's a good theme. And Bob, who's in the back, he's another blue guy and some leather armor and a big red fro. Love it. Love that. All right, party leader, go ahead and launch this thing.
Okay, let's play.
Let me give you a little bit more information on the developer. Who made this here game? That would be Iron Galaxy Studios, LLC, based out of the Windy City, and a second studio out of Orlando, and a third studio out of Austin. They have more than a decade assisted with game ports and their third-party assist coding development company, including a game we did in 2009, Bionic Commando. But also some notable games, like helping bring Bioshock 2 and Infinite to their systems, bringing the Arkham games to Windows, Diablo 3 and Overwatch to the Switch, and even helped some Xbox One and PS4 coding for Fortnite. So they've got experience, not in like full-fledged development all of their own, but in assisting and learning, coming alongside other developers to get them on different systems. An IGN article interviewing their leads said, in an industry that likes to promote studios as rock groups, Iron Galaxy, they're like the roadies. They do the less glamorous work while others get more spotlight. But their originals start in 2012 with a game called Racketeer, a game that may sound familiar. It was a physics game for the 360 that used the Kinect. And, oh, perfect.
Nice.
Tom has picked a great place for his squad. Everyone eat up, learn some stuff. The next game they made was called Dive Kick, which is an old school looking fighting game named Dive Kick because of the often abused mechanic in 2D fighting games like Street Fighter, where you do a diving kick. That's actually the main mechanic of the game. It's a parody fighter game with what looks like a surprising amount of depth. Most of the characters are parodies of other fighting games, or characters from other fighting
Somebody's
games.
here.
Uh-oh. Got someone coming up to the tower.
Oh, the cat.
Oh, the cat man, knock him off the tower.
he's
Got
okay.
knocked off.
He's out.
Very good. Knocked off the top of their tower. And when you do get knocked off a tower like that without, any guidance, you hit the ground for some damage. So their game Dive Kick, which is a parody fighter game, it got, pretty good reviews for a parody game, the 70s in Metacritic. They went on to handle Season 2 and Season 3 of Xbox One's Killer Instinct, a franchise that I am only familiar with as being the edgy game in the Toys R Us aisle in 1997. I was honestly completely unaware of its
cool
remake.
Game, Chris.
I know, I'm sure it was. It was very edgy, but I was unaware of its remake. Did you guys know there was a Killer Instinct remake? Yeah. So
do you guys want to have like do we all want to follow someone, or how do you want to do it?
you guys are standing on
Tom,
top of the
jump,
tower
baby.
now.
You want to follow the
We
leaping
follow.
Luddite?
Go ahead and leap,
Okay.
buddy. Leap.
All right, let's see. Let's look for.
Some launch pads. Just commit to it, Tom. They've got to follow you. Their seasons of Killer Instinct were more positively reviewed than the initial game, as they added about 18 more characters and worked on balancing, so they seem like it did a good job handling that. And Extinction was the next game that Iron Galaxy worked on, a 2018 game, seemingly one of their first fully fledged endeavors of their own. It was an action game in the style of Shadow of Colossus, inspired by Attack on Titan. That is to say, it's a game about fighting giant monsters. That was released in 2018 to mixed reviews, about a 50 on Metacritic. And then we've got Rumbleverse, a 2022 release. So while our squad, we got a squad fight going on here. Well, it's just one guy. I don't know, where's this guy's teammates at?
All right, took him out.
Oh, that guy
Okay,
has
they
been
got
knocked
me.
out. Yeah, Bob
you
is
can
taken
revive?
out too.
You can.
I'm down.
Fredo is
Help.
down. He'll be looking for some
I'm down
assist
too.
from his teammates. Bob is down as well. Tom is still up, as well as Frank. He's got Fredo's KO'd in 18 seconds. If you want to,
Yep.
15
Oh,
seconds.
shit. All right, I'm coming.
Oh, there's a fight
you're
going
right
on
in the
around
thick of it,
Fredo,
huh?
though. Oh, there's like 5 different guys around Fredo. I don't know.
How do you
I don't know
revive?
about this.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Jesus.
I'm dead.
This is a mess.
Oh boy.
Let me die.
B
Get
to
off.
revive when you're on top of him.
I tried. I got pushed away.
So Fredo is out of the match, KO'd for good. Looks like Bob is running around with a stop sign, looking to hammer someone. Tom is just looking for his opportunity. He jumped in and did something, then got body slammed. Bob is down again. He's out in 12 seconds. Tom is taking a beating, though. He's less than half health at this point. He's got a superstar attack by pressing Y. Is he going to use it? Oh, boy. Oh, Tom has been body slammed. Big hit. 700
gosh.
damage, downed instantly. But Frank and Bob, the dynamic bro duo, is back up. Oh, Tom is back in it. This squad fight is going on, and there is no audio. Tom is eating up a giant turkey, the whole rotisserie. He's putting it back in his pocket, nature's pocket, it looks like. Tom is getting to the fight finally. All right. Oh, he dodges a grab. We still got Tom, Frank, and Bob up. Tom is looking for the grab. Can't quite get it. It looks like you downed somebody, Tom.
Let's get this little cat bastard that was running.
He's chasing him down.
Let's get this kitty cat bastard.
The Luddite Leaper is having trouble. He's got him. He hit him once. Surprise the cat. Is Frank going to follow up the chase? I think, Frank's
Where'd he
got
go?
him.
Are you
Frank's
guys
got
chasing
him.
him?
Yeah, he's fast though.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Tom's
you run faster.
If you're using keyboard shift.
Oh, there's a whole. Oh man.
Oh,
this
you
is a
guys
mess
are in
over
it
here.
now.
Oh, I should be with my friends.
Oh, Bob's got a fight going on here. Help this guy out. He's fighting a cow. It looks like.
Sorry.
Yeah, Bob definitely. Tom attacked Bob there by accident.
Yeah, sorry.
He's panning around.
At least
looking
you can't hurt each other.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Okay, there are KOs all over the ground. Of course, when you got quads going on, you don't know how many of them can be resurrected. Resurrected probably isn't the right term for a fighting game. Tag teamed, how's that? Picked up even a helping hand.
Okay. Oh, you guys are in it, huh?
Bob is fighting the cow again. Tom is just going around collecting stars like this is Mario. Oh, it's a dog. I'm sorry. It is a dog.
Ow!
Yeah, it's a dog, man.
The ring is closing. Bob is down. Will he be revived? He was by
Get out of
Tom.
there.
Oh, Tom is hit against the wall. He is low. He's got 100 health left.
Run,
5 seconds
run.
to get back in the ring. He's been body slammed.
You can do it.
He's got 20 seconds to be revived. Frank and Tom are still up. How's it looking over there? We're watching. Oh,
Frank is coming in for the revive, but the dog comes back in with the body slam, speared from the side.
Don't get. Yeah, I'm
that voice
too
is
far
so-
out, Bob.
Chris, that voice is perfect for
And
it.
Tom is down for the count. That is out for Team GGN.
all right.
Dang.
Okay, let's play again.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go
we gotta
again.
play again.
All right, guys. So how's it feel? How's this feel as a BR and as a melee BR?
I think it's fun, but you know, I like the first time that I played the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's something like I will play once and that's it. I don't see the
Appeal of coming back again and again.
Yeah, and I play Fall Guys and all those games, and I don't see myself coming back. I don't know why, but for what it is, for being a free game and all that, I think it's fine. You know, free game quotes, free game with all those microtransactions.
Right, battle pass. Yeah.
I think it's fun, and actually playing with friends is pretty fun.
Oh, of course, yeah. Anytime you get your friends together and play a game like this, you're gonna have a lot better time than doing it solo for sure.
I'm not a big BR fan.
Yeah.
But I like this game better than I like playing Fortnite.
Oh yeah. All right. There you
Classic.
go.
Maybe
Fortnite
Bob.
guy, you know?
When you play games together, it's like it's fun. Even like really shitty games, like
Oh
they're
yeah, we played some
when...
shitty games,
Yeah,
but when
bad
playing
games
it with
together is
buds,
fun.
yeah, it's always good.
I think it's fun.
I like the move thing's cool because you can choose what you like. You want to be there's some range ones, there's some melee ones. I mean,
Yeah, there's different
charge
dives.
ones,
You can do
they're
that.
pretty cool.
Yeah, the bull rush, the dive
the
kicks,
spear, and everything else. They're
Yeah.
cool.
Honestly, like that's I think one of the more fun parts about it is like this mad dash of like finding something that you kind of like, and I don't know, it's entertaining. The only thing is like sometimes like combat like can be just a mess, and I feel like the only reason why I've been able to even like succeed, you have to take like a cautious kind of approach of like, okay, I'm gonna move away and then try to find like a good time to do this again, you know? Like if you just kind of rush in there, like you just get your ass kicked, you know?
You can't break away in this game, can you? Like in Apex?
No, it doesn't look like.
I think you can.
Actually, you can. You got
Yeah,
a free
you can.
ball.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so they broke away from your lead. Yeah, you guys are all going the same place though. Unless Frank isn't. Frank didn't.
I don't know why it took me longer.
Frank, you're in a fight?
Frank
Yep, I'm
is
fine.
the silent
Let us know,
assassin
man.
over here. Will not say anything about getting into a fight.
'Cause I had him.
Oh
I had
man,
him.
triple teaming this poor cowboy. Oh no. Okay, there we go.
Dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
why are you doing it
Fredo, what
alone?
was
Yeah.
Fredo doing way over there?
we gotta get over there. 21 seconds, guys.
Everyone
Nah.
rush to
Classic
Fredo.
Fredo.
No.
Oh
Alright, we're
man,
coming,
he
we're
is.
coming.
Classic me.
Oh.
There's a guy here.
Oh, yeah, there's a
Okay,
guy
okay.
there. Get him, Tom. Get him.
Okay.
You got him.
He's down again.
No,
Where?
I don't know. It
Oh,
says
it is a
KO
bug.
in
It
10.
is a bug.
Yeah,
He's
that's what it
standing
looks
on his
Oh,
feet.
I can't
but-
interact with him.
Yeah, it's bugged. It's bugged. He's standing on his feet, but it says revive. You're alive
That's
and
what it
dead.
looks
You're
like.
somewhere in between
Being-
your liminal state.
I'm KO'd.
Tom is taking a step back to eat a turkey. He's running away from the dog, but he's racing back to his teammates. What's going to happen here? Oh, Fredo is officially down now. Tom's going straight for the teammate. Is it going to work? He's brought Frank back.
I'm coming.
He's rushing into the middle of combat to try and save Bob. Oh, get in there,
I got him.
Frank has got him up. Team, regroup.
Tom did.
Escape, regroup. Tom has a box. He throws it on the ground instead of at an enemy to pick up a chicken leg and put it in his pocket.
Oh,
He
here.
backhands a box and picks up a wooden chair. He runs up behind the sumo-looking fellow and then runs the other way. Bob is engaged in a dastardly fight. Tom refuses to help and gets body slammed instead. Oh no, Tom body slams someone. Good work. Activates superstar attack. He's fighting a cat now. Tail as old as time. Cat versus frog. He is body slammed for 700 damage and he is KO'd. Frank is alive with 8 hit points. What will happen here? He's reviving Tom. Tom is back in the fight.
Cow.
Comes back to the
I
fight.
fucking hate the cow.
I broke the bat over that cow's head.
Items are being thrown everywhere. The cow is trying to make a break for it. He's activated superstar mode. Look out!
No!
Look out! He's doing the super slam! 720 damage. Tom is down.
I mean, it looked fun from the stuff I saw before, but I was like, I don't know. But no, it is fun.
But these big team groups, it's pretty good. You get a lot of chaos going on. You get the revives, get people back into it.
Surprised they only did 40. I wonder
40
why
players,
40 instead of you think maybe, I don't know, 50, because most are 100,
Right.
But this is a little bit more. So 40, I don't know, it's a strange number, but I guess if it works, it works.
Right. Yeah. That is an odd number to settle on. I mean, it seems all right. There's no buybacks or anything, for single players. Just you're out, you're out. But then again, this is
Also,
one of
it's
those
interesting
battle
how it starts
royales.
with the ring already starts
exactly.
kind of small.
It's kind of like
Yeah, they go quick.
Spellbreak did that too, I think. And there's other battle royales who've done that. The entire map is not available to you at the beginning. It is a very small section of the map that you choose to start at, or that you can start at. And like Warzone or something like that, the first ring is going to cut off a large part of the map, but you can go anywhere you want and get into it. But not this one.
Yeah, you can have a favorite spot, and here it's like they kind of force you to try.
Yep, like
the
this
whole
time
map.
you are playing in this section. Exactly. A bit more on the launch and support of this game. One article said originally that this was conceived in October of 2017. And as I said, they announced the game in December 2021 at the Game Awards. It was supposed to do a launch in February of 2022, and it was pushed all the way back to August of 2022. So it had a 6-month delay from it being announced to doing some playtests to it actually doing its formal launch. So it launches everywhere on August 11th, 2022. You mentioned crossplay a couple times. They support it on every single system, and they did support it with the second season as well. That came in November 16th, 2022. So a couple months after the first season, they did a second season. Good seasonal window. They added a bunch more cosmetics, challenges. They also, in that time, not with the launch of season 2, but right after, added trios and duos, which the game did not have. Maybe they had quads to begin with, but they added quads. I'm sorry, they added duos and trios at least afterwards. It seems odd if it was only solo to begin with. I bet there was quads. And on January 30th of 2023, this year, a little more than 5 months after the game officially came out, news breaks that the game will be sunset and taken offline February 28th, 2023. So again, 5 months after the game officially came out, they announced that the game was sunsetting.
Crazy.
The lifespan of this game was 200 days. That's how long, I looked up some comparables. That's how long it takes a tomato to grow. The cycle of a tomato lasted longer than this game. NASA's InSight lander, which traveled all the way to Mars, took 5 days longer than this game's lifespan. So yeah, this is a short window of this game officially being available to free to play.
Oh, there's a whole team of McDonald's people.
Everyone together. Oh, they're all dressed the same. They look like the McDonald's isn't bad. They got froze. Yeah, they're McDonald's people. You're right. Oh, you downed someone. We got downed Leon. Yep. There's one last one here.
Guard these bodies.
There's
Are they
another
all
one.
dead?
There's another person at least. I don't know if they're part of their team.
I want to make sure no one comes for these guys.
Beautiful.
Pick up
thing.
that
guys-
chair.
you
Pick
got
up that
him?
chair. Nice. Oh, no, there's one there. Nice defending, Tom. That's great defending. Last McDonald's, or
you're not getting to your
team.
friends.
The Ronald team came for him. He's trying to get the res. Get him. Nice. Knock out that. Nice. Eliminated. So you guys now have to make the decision of, can you swim across that water to get there?
I just died.
To the
I just
water?
Died. Yeah.
Oh, no. The unclear water directions.
I was following Bob, and I just died.
The
so
water.
be careful there.
Oh, we gotta
no.
do that. Fuck.
So make sure you do a dash before you jump. Yep. You can dash jump. Fredo is unfairly, again, knocked out of the match.
Oh, fuck.
Not even a chance.
Yeah, Frank
is also out of the match. Tom barely scraped his little paw pads up the wall and got to the safe land. Will Bob make it, or will it be Frank all on his own? Make sure you dash jump.
Nope.
Bob is out. It is just Frank. I'm sorry, this is just Tom.
Oh, he's gotten away. There's a team of 3. It looks like a free-for-all over here, though. I'm not spotting any teams. Oh, Tom does a whirlwind, hitting 3 people at once. Tom has all the room in the world to get more potions if he has them now. He can drink that thing in his pocket.
I didn't realize that.
Tom's making a break for it to... Oh, he's going to drink one. There's another one on the ground, and he has one in his pocket as well. He's working on his core right now is what he's doing. Will give him more health, although he should...
Oh, shit.
Tom gets slammed with 300 damage, but he's still in it doing the whirlwind. He's at 1,000 health now. Tom's down to 900 health now. Someone is staying on top of his body. Tom is skirting around the edges to eat chicken. Oh, he is almost knocked into the water. He is on the edge. He dashes back in safety, trying to find higher ground, maybe to do damage from. He's at 600 health now. He's going to break open. Oh, he's going to eat a turkey, but he's got a box next to him as well. He's all the way back up to 1,000 health. He's nearly full health now. He's found another potion to eat as well. Found some legs for some stamina. Very good. We are down to 2. What is that? 2/11? What does that mean?
I think it's 2 teams.
2 teams and 11 players total. That makes more sense. Tom does a whirlwind, knocking 3, maybe 2 players away from him. Oh, Tom does another whirlwind. Oh, maybe he's caught in a whirlwind and knocked back. Is Tom going to stay in the middle of it? He is grabbed by a super 800 damage throw. He's down to 600 health now, doing a whirlwind. He's probably going to escape, knowing Tom, into a bush to eat chicken in a corner. Love to see it. He is eating his final potion, but he got interrupted. He's down to 200 health now. He's activated superstar power, but he's grabbed. 200 damage. He has 200 health left. His health is regenerating, but he is in it too. Oh, he was down to 5 health at one point, and he is knocked out. He got
rank number 2 there of 11. It says interesting. Oh, so he was against a team in the end. It looks like there was a team of 4 that Tom was fighting against.
Oh, that was
is
4v1?
honorable. Yeah. Very good.
That's more impressive.
Yeah. So let's do one more quick timeline of Rumbleverse. It started development in 2017, announced end of 2021, did a few playtests that people may have seen streamed on Twitch and such, or may have played in. It was fully launched in August of 22, and at the end of January 23, they announced that they are sunsetting it. As far as technical reasons of why, they do not really explain that. I mean, we can all conjecture and guess why. Just in general, with Battle Royales, it's about player count and how much money people are spending on battle passes, right? On Rumbleverse's official website, they say that on behalf of Iron Galaxy Studios and Epic Games, they are sorry to share the news. At least that's what they say on the Rumbleverse website. On Iron Galaxy Studios website, they have an open letter that is phrased a little bit differently. They talk about how this was a labor of love, how hard they worked on it, how they hope that this is not the end of Rumbleverse, and say that you may not have seen the Rumble in its final form. They say, if we can welcome people back onto the deck of the Battle Barge again, we hope you'll be there, and that they'll keep making games. So if I were someone inclined to read into the difference between those kinds of things and how these relationships usually work, I would say that it sounds like they were contractually were kind of put in a corner by Epic, the publisher of this game, and who was exclusive rights to this game and were hosting it on their servers. If I had to venture a guess, they probably had some sort of deal that was like, Epic gets 50% of your microtransactions, and the game will stay live as long as we get over a certain amount per month, and they were not hitting those numbers. That's just my conjecture. So they no longer have a place to host the game's servers, so there's not too much that Iron Galaxy Studios can do about this. So they just had to announce that it's shutting down. So this game, when it ends on February 28th, it will cease to be. There will be no way to play it. It's kind of interesting that we talked about this a little bit when we did Spellbreak, that the game will just disappear, right? Some interesting news actually out of Spellbreaks. Their developer did announce that they will allow private servers to run a Spellbreak. So you can download the game Spellbreak, and if you want to host your own server, you can do that, on a dedicated hosting space, or on probably using a computer as a hosting space kind of thing, in the same way that people would do with Counter-Strike and Steam games back in the day. So Spellbreak will live on. They do not seem to have a way to do that with this game, though. Love to see that.
Not yet.
Yeah, at least not yet. It sounds like because Iron Galaxy hopes that there's still a future for this game, or at least a version of it where the game is transformed into something. So you may recall when we played Spellbreak, we talked about refunds, and I mocked people asking about, what about all the cosmetics, the money that I spent on the game? Of course you're not getting that fucking money back. You think they're going to refund you? Well, interesting thing about Rumbleverse, on their website, on the Rumbleverse website, they're like, what if I've spent money on the battle pass and have bought cosmetics? And they're like, you will get a full refund. Apparently, yeah. I mean, and to be fair, this game was only out for it was like 5 or 6 months or something. But yeah, if you spent any money in this game for cosmetics, since the game will no longer be playable, they didn't have to. I'm sure it's in the fine print that they didn't have to. But yeah, you will get your money credited back to the account that you bought it with. Wild. I'm shocked by that, honestly. There's a Reddit dedicated to Rumbleverse, and there's also a Discord. I kind of hung out there in a bit to try to get a feel of what people were saying and stuff. And there's as usual with Spellbreak, or we were talking about America's Army, there's a dedicated fan base to it who really enjoys it. Some people saying how it really helped them through hard times, and they regularly play it. But some people were saying, what happens if I ask for the refund? Does it get taken away from Iron Galaxy? Because I'd rather they keep it. So I guess if you think they're being screwed out of their money, and maybe Epic Games, people have no love for Epic Games.
You have to request it. They don't just automatically give it out.
Yeah, you have to request the refund.
Yes,
for sure.
I mean there must be at least a handful of people who have died. And,
went the morbid route, but yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm not saying Iron Games is going to make no money out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
here's my other. Okay, I got a better one. If they put all that money into a savings account, okay. I mean, how much interest they must have made? It's just.
Yeah, I guess so. You think they put their money for Rumbleverse into a savings account? Okay, yeah, maybe they were.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe their portfolio was performing really well, and they'll come out ahead.
They said, you know what, we can fucking do it.
It was a Ponzi scheme from the beginning. Yeah.
There's something satisfying about doing a big jump from one building to another. That's
absolutely.
Kind of fun.
And when you jump from a 30-story building down on top of someone, that's huge. Games can't replicate that. That's
fucking massive.
It's actually a fun aspect of the game to go to the edge of a building and
just look down for a target.
Yeah, look down and be like, where you at?
Who will I elbow slam onto?
Because you could probably kill an entire team if you got lucky. Come on, guys.
But if you guys do, the more damage you do, Tom fell down and ran into a stop sign. If you do damage, you are unlocking perks. Oh, Frank is fighting inside of a wrestling ring. Tom is having a hard time getting into it. He's made his way in.
Downed a guy.
Frank is downed Emerald Crossbow. There is another one in the ring, thrown against the wall.
Chaos. We are in the ring. We have 4 fighters in the ring. It seems one of their teammates is down, though. I keep an eye on him in case they go for the revive. Fredo was down for a second, but not down for the count. There's a guy with a big red ball for a head that just knocked Tom over. Tom bounces off the wall, back into the center. Maybe someone should grab an item or get some height to do a body slam. Tom can still activate superpower mode. Bob is at 1 HP. What is he doing? My God, someone put him out of his misery.
I'm down.
Fredo is officially down.
Kill that guy first.
Tom has been grabbed.
Thank you, Bob.
Oh, Bob has got him. Very nice. Tom is slammed again. Activate that superstar mode. Oh, he has. Superstar mode coming back. Tom is gobbling down a turkey. He's got to get that health back. Fredo is down again. There is a revive in the middle of the ring. Way up in the air. 800 damage on Tom. Tom is down. Someone's looking for a revive. Frank is.
Thank you.
Tom is back.
Oh, I didn't get out.
Tom is real low. He's trying to get out of the ring, but it's got the bouncy walls. That's real tough to get out of there. Tom is chowing down on a chicken. The walls are closing in. You guys definitely have one KO. Oh, huge elbow coming in from Tom. It's 700 damage with the lizard druid actually ended up getting it, but Tom did the damage.
We both did at the same time, yeah. So we fucked them up.
No, he got me. I'm dead.
Oh, Fredo is down. Oh, huge splash damage got Tom there. Revive coming from Fredo. Fredo is up. The team is all together. Everyone's up. Everyone's up.
Yeah, I need a better thing.
Tom is reading a magazine in the middle of the brawl. He's learned a new skill. He's got nourishing roar. Roar at your teammates, Tom. Be the cleric of the group. Oh, he's replaced the roaring. Doesn't care about his teammates' health with a javelin tackle. He's excited to use it. He's used it, thrown him into the wall for 240 damage. He's not going down that easy, though.
I downed the
Frank.
policeman.
Nice.
Is he
Frank
down?
hits the policeman with a stop sign or a directional sign. Oh, someone comes running into the ring trying to help his teammate,
That's
but
his
Fredo
teammate.
is defending. Oh, but they're preventing you guys from getting in. You guys might want to climb up the wall, regroup, maybe get some height.
You're back, baby.
Huge javelin
Get the
throw
fuck out
from
of there.
Tom.
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh, Bob is
Policeman
down.
is back.
15 seconds. Get some height. Oh, so you're being chased,
I'm
Tom.
down.
He's got 3 seconds on him. Nice save on Fredo.
Nice. Oh no, I'm down.
2-second counter. Oh, he's back down again. The timer's getting
policeman.
shorter and shorter each time Fredo goes down. And Tom has been tackled real hard at 60
No,
health.
I'm
Fredo's
dead.
up.
I'm
Goddamn.
dead.
Oh, Tom is out for the
Yeah,
count.
Tom was
Tom's
super
at
good.
20 seconds. Frank is trying his best, going straight for the revives, it looks like. He's got Bob up, but the team of two is still putting the pressure on. Tom's got 10 seconds left on the clock. Frank's got it. Tom is back in the fight, but he's immediately being pummeled. He's got superstar mode. Can he activate it? He activates it.
Oh, that was close.
Bob is completely out. It's Tom and Frank at this point. Who are the enemies left in the fight? Have they? Frank knocked someone out. Oh, there's someone. Someone left the fight and came back in to try and help their teammates. Tom is guzzling down some potion while Frank is getting beaten into a pulp. Now he's back in it.
Oh,
It's
beautiful.
Frank with a huge body slam. He's doing some whirlwinds, but doesn't connect. It's a huge suplex coming in on Tom, or on Frank. 800 damage to Frank. My God. Man, as a family. Enemy is not down yet, but Tom does another javelin for the
my
KO.
God,
The
we won.
champions! I think.
We won?
The champions!
I got Terry,
Very
man.
nice. That was it.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
GG.
That was the final
Okay,
team.
that was fucking good.
So from original pitch to what they produced, what do you guys think? They wanted to create a wrestling BR. Do you think they took the right approach? Was this what you would have done? Anything you would have leaned more into? Hit me with something.
I really like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of mad I didn't play sooner. I'm a big fan.
All right. Enjoying it. Very good.
I
I feel
think
like Fredo's going to be slanted in all his opinions because he keeps getting screwed. But
but still, it's fun, and I mean, the game. I don't know. There's something that I don't know why
doesn't feel like it's hitting it for you.
Yeah. Not.
I feel like the
Something's
water
not there.
thing's bullshit.
Water's
bullshit
for sure.
Total bullshit. Yeah.
They should give you something.
Yeah,
It's a
definitely,
comic-y
that
kind of
sucks.
game. They should when you jump in the deep water, they should make you move slow and have a little floaty around you. You know.
Yeah.
Like in Fortnite.
Or give you a countdown like you're out. Be like, hey, 10 seconds in the water, you
Right,
got it.
You're too muscle. You're too dense. You're gonna
Not
sink. So you
immediately
got to get out of there quick. Yeah. What's not working for you guys?
there's just this thing when you get you get knocked down, and there's just some specific timing that it seems like some
It's
players are
predictable
good
timing,
at.
right?
Yeah, where it can just be brutal to get back into the fight after you.
Yeah, when you knock someone down, you hit them with a big move. It feels like I see they're down, they're invincible for a second. I'm going to wait for them to get back up, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of control over that. It's not like Super Smash Brothers where you time your roll out of it. You know,
Yep.
It's
Right.
It feels very predictable about when you're going to be. Your character is just going to stand up on his feet and can be hit again.
You're absolutely right. You can do an attack when you get up, but what you learn is okay, I've knocked them down. I'm gonna give them some space, and basically you're just gearing up for your next big thing. And if your timing is good enough, you're just gonna mess them up every time.
And it's a little bit better in quads for sure because it's so chaotic. But on solo mode, that definitely is emphasized more.
Doing everything as a group is just more fun. Period. I mean, this is especially having like you voice it in the background with the thing. Like it's
to remember who I'm looking at. Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep saying the wrong names and
Everybody's great. That's part of the fun.
and Tom, Fredo, and
We all look very distinct. Okay, so
yeah, you do. Yeah. Well, you guys have different gamer tags as well. So, I mean, well, most of your names are in there, aren't they? Except Frank. Yeah.
well, you're right. I like how you can get 2 special moves, and there's some variety there, and you can play with it.
Yeah, and there's
So that is
51
fun.
different moves, although a lot of them are like different rarity levels of the moves. They start doing slightly different things at the higher rarity levels, but that's a good variety, I feel like. You get 2 slots to pick out 51 different special moves.
Yeah, and also it's not like you're stuck with you can't like choose it and upgrade from there. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do this. No, I'm not gonna do a healing one. I'm gonna do a range one. I'm gonna do a stun or a knock up instead of a. I don't know. That's pretty cool.
I like the movement, like the feeling. Like I said, like there are some satisfying feelings of like jumping from a building to another building and tapping B, and like you kind of like drag down like your fingers through like the stone of the building for a little bit before you move up. Like it's a cool like that. It's fun. That I almost wish that there was more of that. Like that. It seems like there are some high rises, but that there was like a little bit more height, you know?
Yeah, something I've seen that was in one of the trailers I haven't experienced myself was more like interactable for movement environment stuff. There, I've seen there's like
Like
some
the poles you can swing around?
Yeah, exactly. There's poles that you can swing around, but there's not enough of them. There should be more of that kind of stuff. There's trampolines, sure, and like Tom's talking about the verticality of it, about like scaling buildings and stuff. Those mechanics I think work pretty well about like even like Tom was saying, when you jump against a wall from a big height, like you kind of have to catch yourself and you're dragged down a little bit before you start climbing back up. That feels pretty good. Yeah, but I wish there was some more environmental kind of interactions. A lot of stuff can be destroyed, obviously, and you can pick stuff up and throw it at each other. But yeah, there could be a little bit more of the interaction with environment.
Oh my gosh,
achievements,
yeah.
Yes, you got one you'd propose.
Oh, I didn't know if you were gonna do like themed.
You want?
ones,
I got
like...
a couple.
Okay, what you got, Frank?
King of the Ring.
What do you think that would be for, like, just winning your first match or something?
Maybe, or winning in every type of match, maybe, or.
Oh, you know what? There's a lot less here than I thought. King of the Ring, it's a good title, but it's not here. It's not here.
Give us a prompt. Give us like one for a specific thing.
A lot of these aren't great. Okay, something that Tom would do a lot of.
Run away.
Eating
Scaredy
chickens?
cat.
Close. What would you call it if you filled all 4 pockets with food?
Hoarder? All you can eat?
They should have done something with like winner chicken dinner, winner pockets full of dinner or something. But it's no, it's just called a movable feast. So yeah, like I said, their titles aren't that
That's
great.
lame.
This one's pretty good. How about if you eliminate an opponent with a stop sign?
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable. That's good.
Ooh, okay.
I'm just randomly adjusting the scores as you guys give points, and I gave some points for the wins as well. Tom made it to the end. Now, eliminating an opponent with a stop sign is called crossing guard.
Oh, damn it. Okay, that's smart. I'm
good.
stupid.
Eating chicken while outside the ring.
Spectator sport?
Lunch break.
Spectator sport's good. Lunch break? That's all right. That one's just dirty dinner. Yeah, you're taking damage while you're outside. I guess you're not in this game. You're not taking damage when you're outside the ring. It's kind of confusing. You call it a ring because there are actual rings inside this level, but the ring is something that closes in on you.
The last game that we won at the end there, if you go back and watch the replay for, like, Frank was in a desperate fight for his life, and I was cramming food down. and only the very last like he got up and I did like on attack, and Frank did all the work, but my attack just killed the guy. And
after playing a handful of games in this, a mechanic that I don't love that much is the superstar mode. It's the same mode that everyone has access to, and it's the same special that you have while you're in that mode. I just feel like the superstar mode comes up a little too often, and like it's fine that you get your health back, that you have more stamina. That's fine. It's like a superstar mode in Mario. That's great. But yeah, the superstar mode is just, it's the same move that everyone will have access to, and it's just a giant grapple leap backwards and slamming onto them.
it seems like the right thing to do with that too is to have it like almost like when you're halfway health kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Because it helps you get health back. You don't want it to be like your last-ditch effort.
The Metacritic score, which is an aggregate of critic reviews from 0 to 100. Any guesses what this game ended up with?
I think
0
I got
to
like an
100.
80.
I'm going to say a 75.
I will say a 50.
Go 69.
Nice.
69.
Nice.
So this game, like I said, launched on several platforms. It did not apparently get enough reviews on any of the platforms to get an actual like official Metacritic score. But it's got a 90, 80, and a 60, and then they didn't include the IGN score, which IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. Which
Classic
look,
IGN.
that is a very high score for a game. I was
It really
looking at
makes you feel like you're a wrestler in a wrestler city.
I was looking at other games they gave a 9, and they gave recently the Dead Space remake a 9. They gave It Takes Two a 9. They also gave, then again, they gave Cyberpunk 2077 a 9 on launch. And this one hurt the most. They gave Hades a 9. So according to IGN, Rumbleverse, and
Same as Hades?
same level as Hades.
Wow.
Yikes.
Yeah. So maybe we don't trust IGN scoring, but I'm going to include it in their scores. So it got an average of an 80 from all of their reviews. So I think that put, I said 80. All right. Frank's on the money with an 80.
Our GGN squad has eyed another team, or at least one of them. It's an Aquaman, a man in an aquatic suit from the 19th century running around. Is Tom chasing him? He is. Oh, he's got distracted by potions. Oh, Tom has launched himself in a rocket. He's doing an elbow drop. Nearly missed the teammate. As he does an elbow drop, he's stunned for a second as he misses.
And
Bob
he
is
kicked me
in a
out.
giant fight. Fredo has been kicked out of the match for some reason. The game's servers are struggling clearly. Tom is knocked on his butt, but he's dashing out of the fight entirely to leave Frank on his. No, it's Bob on his own. Bob is regenerating.
Wait, where's Frank? Oh, Bob, I'm with
Frank
Bob.
drowned in the river a long time ago. Looks like they are third-partying two different squads. He's doing an elbow drop on the ground, peripherally hitting someone for 90 damage. Tom is laying the hurt on somebody who has a matching team. It looks like there are a lot of teams with matching outfits, but he's done a KO. Knocked out Stryo with a Super Izuna drop. Tom is launching into the air with a rocket. The team, he did not know what was coming for him. Did a little bit of damage, but caught off guard with a suplex with 198 damage. Tom is looking at 700 health, 500 health. He is being landed on again and again. He's blocked a couple times from his attacks. Tom activates superstar mode. Bob needs help. Bob is down. Tom is going to have to retreat from that fight to get a KO. Will he be interrupted? Doing his revive here. He's outside the ring, but he's brought Bob back. This enemy has run out of the ring to try and knock them out. Tom is needing to get back into that ring. 5 seconds left. He's back in it. Bob is at 600 health. Tom is at 800. Tom is launched up in his rocket to do an elbow slam on the ground. His enemy was shielding. Bob is back in the fight. What is Tom's next move? He's out of stamina. He's going to slowly limp back into the battle, but he's caught in a giant superstar suplex. He is KO'd. Bob is still in the fight, but he's got 200 health. Bob is in a grab. It looks like the end for Team GGN. That'll do it.
Oof. All right, so let's get through some of these critic reviews.
PC Mag says, Rumbleverse might be a ridiculous, cartoony dust storm of wrestling action, but it's shockingly fun and extremely balanced. A few hit detection issues aside, the free-to-play game is one of the most addicting and accessible melee-focused battle royale titles around. 80.
That feels like a very specific niche. It is an accessible.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another one.
Battle royale. Give me some more melee-focused battle royales.
So Shaq News gives a 90 and says, Iron Galaxy has not only put forward one of the best games of 2022 so far, with the list you said before, that's shocking. It's also created one of the best battle royales in a long time. It manages to be wildly different from its contemporaries, while also being a game worth learning and mastering in its own right.
Interesting.
That's a glowing review. I don't know if I would have wrote it like that.
Yeah. Okay, this review is from Gaming Bold, and he says, despite some decent combat and sustainable charm, Rumbleverse has very little going on to hold your attention beyond 1 or 2 sittings. He gave it a 60.
There?
So I agree with him 100%.
Well, let's hear about not just the critics, the users as well. Is this garbage? Well, if it's even garbage, this is garbage, someone else's treasure. It has a 4.4 out of 5 on the Epic Launcher Store, but, they would say that. I don't know how they put their scores together. It's also got a 90% like on Google, but I've grabbed a few reviews around, and let's see what some of these people say.
User Reginator556 on Metacritic says, best BR on the market! Exclamation mark. Graphics, gameplay, wrestling. What more could you want? 10 out of 10.
It's hard to argue with wrestling. Tom, what you got there?
So J Ruck MTL says, all flash, no substance. Rumbleverse is a one-note battle royale brawler that provides cheap thrills and gets stale fast, largely due to how unrefined and underdeveloped the game is as a whole. 3 out of 10.
And that's all I was going to include from his review, but then I saw he had a 720 word review, and at the very end of it, I noticed his last bullet point under the cons section was, yet another game littered with woke elements, i.e. game trailer and starting characters. I have no idea what he's talking about. Apparently a negative
he's
of this
talking
game
about.
is that
We don't
it's
want that
too
woke BS.
It's a pretty good idea for a game but poorly executed. Severe lag and everybody seems just kill you in like 15 seconds. That happened to me. Unless you know what you're doing. Just when you think you're doing well, 5 other players will converge on you and kick your butt severely. And you can't even escape. It's because of the laggy controls and janky servers. Avoid it at all costs. 1 out of 10.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, though. How did you guys feel about the responsiveness? Did it feel laggy? Input feel okay?
I felt fine, but it kicked me randomly. So that's the thing. It kicked me randomly a couple times.
Definitely experienced some server issues. Yeah.
And Frank has some glitches with the floor, but
Yeah, my game kind of it locked up occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to kind of button mash and survive.
Okay.
But and I don't know if it's the computer because I didn't update the graphics before I opened the game or what. But I feel like it should still play fun. You know what I mean? I feel like it shouldn't have happened as many times as it did.
yep.
Yeah. I didn't experience any quality issues at all, really, about the server or anything. But I have seen some people say that. So
Yeah, it felt responsive and normal to me. And there were a few times where it felt questionable to me, where like you and another player would do something at seemingly the same time, and like it seemed like a toss up of like, oh, he won, or oh, I won that one, and Whereas like in other games like Smash Brothers, you feel like it makes sense, Sure. You're like, oh, I understand why mine was better than his in this.
don't always know, but we're learning the game too, and
that's true.
Yeah,
maybe
I've seen some people say like the hitboxes are bad and stuff like that, and maybe, I don't know. It's just when we're learning a game like this, there's so much chaos. It's hard to argue that like, oh, I was definitely rolling when he did that exact move that I don't know what it is, So
even like sometimes when you roll, they can still hit you, and other times you're immune. So I'm not sure if it's like a move thing or.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know there's a dodge move, but are you invincible? Is it Dark Souls dodging? I don't know.
Peak Zach says the menu was horrendous. I didn't even want to try the game. Just looking at the main menu, that was a cheap knockoff of the Fortnite menu. Sure, lingo and wordage will be similar, but even placement of features was almost identical and just looked way worse. 0 out of 10. I mean,
that's
that's
a game. Installed it, looked at the menu, said no, not for me.
I just, I think that's a little.
That's peak Zach for you.
Yeah.
Freaking Zach.
All right, one more.
Teresa says the game is not bad, but they really had to do a beta, for which reason no new player can play for fun. I invited my friends, and none of them liked the game because the veteran players who played the beta killed us every game, and my friends deleted the game because of that. Now it's like she's screaming the rest of it. It's like, I thought how ISO Epic will be a great game, but the game is full of experienced players that reminds me a lot of a Hyperscape.
Hyperscape, another game that we played on GTN. Yeah, Hyperscape. Oh, that Hyperscape's the game actually that had a very large map and started with a cut-off section, just like this game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my. It's funny because we actually, maybe because it's dying, it didn't feel as bad. But when I played it the first time, I just got wrecked,
annihilated,
like every time, and I was like, I can't learn.
Yeah, and I don't know, like who are the people that are still playing the game? I would have guessed they're all people who are really good at the game. I don't.
Yep.
I wouldn't guess that it's a lot of people like us playing it for the first time because the game's going to close in 8 days. But I don't know.
That we won.
We were competitive for sure, right?
I mean, we
you guys won a couple times. Yeah,
yeah, like that's beyond competitive. Like,
and you guys did some solo matches, and 2 of you guys won, and yeah, I won my first one. So yeah, it's odd that the people playing it now are not as good at it. Certainly the people who would have like played the beta, I guess they're done with it by now. But anyway. All right, well, let's talk about our scores. It's time to give this game a score it deserves using our Garbage Valley score systems. Our scoring system here is a little bit unique. Anyone can rate a game on a 0 to 10 scale, but it leaves little appreciation for games that are so terrible they're enjoyable. So as normal, you've got your masterpieces like I did some wrestling game research, like WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain for the PS2. Am I right? Right, Frank, Bob? Is that a good one? Maybe?
That was all right. I like the SmackDown vs. Raw.
Okay, SmackDown vs. Raw. Okay.
Those are both fantastic.
All right, so that'd be a 10. Those are your 10s, and you got your lower scoring games like WWE 2K18 for the Switch. Am I right, guys? That was a bad one, right? It was a really low Metacritic score
I
game.
never played it.
That one.
No one downhill.
I saw footage from it, and
Yeah.
it was.
Okay,
not the
yeah, that had
good.
like a 30s on Metacritic. So as games get worse, they get closer to 0, but we keep going all the way to -10. Once it gets into the negatives, it starts getting more enjoyable again. And a -10 game is giving you just as much enjoyment as a +10. 0 is an absolute waste of your time. It's in the valley. So where would you place this game on the scale?
I think it's a good game, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 7.
All right, 7 from Frank. Tom, what do you think?
I also think it's a good game. I would give it a 6.5.
Fredo, who
Okay,
experienced server glitches on top of his 5 minutes of playtime maybe months ago.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all the reviews that you got us from another players, and I mean, it's still is one of those games that you play once, and yeah, I really, I mean, I had fun today because I was playing with you guys, and
Of course. We're fun, yeah.
And I got carry. I have I win once. That's
Right.
good because this game is over. So, but it's like the same. I don't know if you heard about Multiverse also dying. Is one of those that
Yeah.
they
Oh,
just
are they gonna pull the plug on that?
and
Marvel game.
no, but not people. But they probably will because you can feel like people they just want to get into this microtransaction business and get some money.
Multiverses. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So multiverses and yeah, this game. I mean, it's Epic Games, so because it makes sense. Multiverses is you can feel that there's no soul. So that's the thing for me. So
Okay.
I will
Didn't
give
have
it
that X factor.
exactly. So I will give it a 4.
A 4. All right.
Yep.
Bob, what you got?
All right, I'm agreeing. I'm pretty close with Frank. I think it's a good game. Yeah, it's not perfect, but when I got my way for it, maybe not 100%. But if you guys said, "Hey, I'm hopping on," I'll probably hop on and play with you guys.
Yeah, some shenanigans.
I think solid's right where it needs to be. Sorry, 7. It's right where it needs to be. Solid.
Okay.
It's a good game. It's fun. It's fast paced. You're not too slugging. The map closes on you pretty quick, but not too quick.
Yeah.
Give you time to go grab stuff. I think 7's where I'm at.
I'm maybe somewhere in between. I agree with Fredo that it feels like there's something missing, and I'm not sure what it is. It doesn't have something that makes me want to come back to it. But yeah, playing with friends, absolutely. I think it's a good time. Even for solo mode, like I felt like I'd want to play it a couple more times, but I felt like some of the mechanics, some of the beats of it, like I didn't enjoy. Like I mentioned, the superstar mode, like it felt really repetitive. Some of the areas of the map that we got to see a little bit more, like that was cool. The cool fighting area, seeing all these people fighting in the same time. But yeah, so I think it'd probably be around like a 5. And just kind of a little bit more on why the game didn't succeed. I think going in, like launching this or announcing this game in 2021 makes sense. Like after seeing the huge success of Fall Guys in that era, in kind of late 2020 is when that game came out, or mid 2020, and thinking like a game that's free to play with a battle pass system could take off, but there's just too many options, I think.
Yeah.
Even Spellbreak was still out, and that game felt like it had a little more depth than this. I mentioned at one point, like seeing the cover of this game is like, oh, is this like an event that they're doing in Fortnite? Like it feels like this is a mode they could add to Fortnite. This game didn't add so much of its own personality and wacky stuff that it stood out that much. So I can understand why it just kind of went under the radar. That it got its plug pulled within like 6 months is crazy, but so that's just an interesting case of where I guess hosting live service games is, that they're willing to pull the plug on it. So anyway, that's all of our Garbage Valley scores.
Can I ask an ignorant question?
Yeah.
So does it just cost like a fair amount of money to like just keep the servers going?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a game that like requires the servers to be online, and I mean there's a few things to consider, I guess. Yes, these have to be hosted for people to play them. You know, it's not like a person in the game hosting the game. That's the case in some games. Epic's servers hosting this game, so they have to pay for it. And I'm sure that they had some sort of deal with Epic that like, we will continue to host your servers, or you pay us this amount, and they're just not making that amount of money.
It's like, basically you can think of it as it's just like ticking away dollars all the time, and like only with the microtransactions are they kind of fighting against that constant like drip.
Yeah, and like you could think that like, well, like they can just abandon it, right? Like they don't have to develop anything new for it. They could just leave it as is, right? But the game has to be hosted somewhere. So I there's that aspect to it, but then there's also another aspect of, is there some sort of deal with when people install the game, who gets paid? Even though the game is free, the game is built off of an engine, and it's built off the Unreal Engine, which Epic owns. A lot of the time, games that are exclusive to Epic, I'm pretty sure their deal is that you can use the Epic engine for free. That Epic's not going to charge you for, the Unreal Engine, like Iron Galaxy is not being charged for using their engine. But a lot of the times there are other things built into the game, other third-party systems that they will have to pay. And maybe it's a cost that they're willing to eat sometimes, like even if it's something like Dolby DTS or something like that, an engine that they use for their sound, then they have to pay some amount for that. So yeah, at some level it must make sense for them that they would rather cancel it. It makes more financial sense to cancel it than to just leave it out there ceasing development. It's an odd case. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. So there is a reward this evening. I browsed the 3D printing catalogs for something wrestling related, and I've come up with something here. It looks like we have Tom on top of the leaderboard. What with his you had 2 solo wins, right? And a couple leading the team wins. Even if you were hiding in the bush gobbling down chicken to make sure that you lasted longer, you were still there in the end, Tom. Tom is leading the scoreboard with 125 points. Frank behind him with 100. Bob with 90. Fredo with 70. I feel like Fredo got screwed over by some disconnects. He could have put some big KOs on the board, but that is what it is. I've got a folding miniature table here that you can crush your teammates with. It does have articulating legs. You can fold the legs up. You can fold the legs down. Those are the only 2 positions.
Wow.
But so congratulations, Tom, and as a 3D printed miniature folding table.
I'll be able to put my other miniatures on top of it.
Nice. Maybe something can go above it and below it. They can clobber each other with it.
That's great.
All right, well, that is Rumbleverse, the Melee Wrestling Battle Royale, doomed after a mere 6 months. There we go. Did you guys want to do one last Rumbleverse? You guys have already closed it out. Let's see. Fredo's already closed it out.
I have it open.
I mean, I can open it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All clips in this podcast were used in compliance with the U.S. Copyright Fair Use Exemption for criticism and commentary. Garbage Game Night makes no claims to ownership over any games played and has no affiliation with any developer or publishing company. For additional references on cited articles and quotes, check our episode-related blog at garbagegamenight.com.